All right, super quick, I'm gonna show you how to fold the salt in. I've already mixed up my dough. I put the salt in last. If you don't put yours in last, that's completely fine. But for those of you that put it in last, you just sprinkle it on top. I'm gonna have my hands nice and wet. I'm bring this dough together and I'm gonna use a little pincher method to start to cut the dough in half. So I'm basically just going like this with my finger. You'll see that makes a nice little slice between the dough. That really helps incorporate the salt into all of the dough. I'll do that, spin it around, fold it over a little bit. You can feel where the clumps of salt are in your dough. So this will take a couple of minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes of doing this to actually get it fully incorporated. If your hands start to gather dough, just dunk them back in the water, come back in, and start cutting that dough up, the pincer method. So once you've done that a fair number of times and you feel like you've gotten the dough to a point where it's fully disperse the salt, you are going to do, if you have time tonight, you are going to do a couple of folds. And basically what that means is you're going to start stretching out the gluten in the flour, and that will look like this. If you don't get to this tonight, that's okay, you can do it tomorrow. But if you do it tonight, you'll notice that the dough has a lot more body tomorrow when you start working with it. So after I incorporate the salt and I have my nice little ball of dough, what I'll do is I'll scoop up part of this off the back. So I'm kind of scooping all of the dough. I'm pulling it forward and then dropping it back down in on itself. I'll rotate the bowl, do it again. I'll rotate it quartered, turn again. You'll notice that it gets harder each time to fold that over. But I'll do that 4 times and I'll let that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes and then I'll do it again. And you'll notice by the 3rd time that that dough and that gluten really start to form. If you don't do it, if you do it once or twice tonight, that's fine. If you do it 3 times tonight, that's fine too. Just take a lid, take a plate, and put that plate on top and let it sit out on the counter overnight. Tomorrow morning, you'll notice that it rises quite a bit.